Hey y'all, happy day to you. I'm excited about our reading ahead. This will be for Thursday through Wednesday, February 10th through February 16th, 2022. Oh my gosh, a heron is flying by right now. It's really sexy. That's my ancestor animal, so it's good things. I think it's going to be a great reading. So yes, February 10th through February 16th, 2022, we will be doing a love reading in honor of Valentine's Day coming up on February 14th. So let's start by doing some deep breathing. Let us set the environment that we want. Feel free to pause this if you don't feel like, if you feel like you need to go longer than what I'll be doing some deep breathing along with you. But if you feel you need to go longer, or if you need to do some stretches to really release any tightness and tension in addition to what we will be doing, then feel free to get what you need. All right, here we go. Sit up nice and tall. Relax into this present moment. This present moment doesn't have to be quote unquote perfect. It just needs to be what you want it to be. If it's quiet, then get your quiet. Even if what is happening around you in the physical environment is not quiet. You can control the noise and the volume of what is happening within you by being present and centering and focusing on your breath, okay? Feel your feet grounded, your bottom, your sit bones grounded, your shoulders relaxed. Soften your belly, no tightness, no tension. And when you do your deep inhale, fill up your belly like a balloon with affirming thoughts. With every breath or every energy that goes into filling up your belly, speak an affirmation. And as you exhale, release any obstructions, any lies, any discouragement, or anything that once served you. Release what no longer serves you. Okay? Send your breath to any tight or tense spots in your body. Any pain, any angst, discomfort, fear. Your tongue, soften your tongue, your eyebrows, your shoulders, your fingers, your ankles, your knees, your legs. Just be present. You're not missing anything. Be present. Set your intentions for this week ahead, for February 10th through February 16th. What is it that you desire? What do you desire? What do you want to see to come to fruition? What do you want to experience? Envision that, inhale that, and exhale the outcome, knowing that whatever happens is for your good. Okay, here we go. All right. You know what? I don't use this deck often, but I feel like I'm supposed to use it. So let's see. Let's see. All right. That didn't help much. Okay, so actually, this might be a 4-card pull. Because another one just came to me and it's good. So, all right, y'all ready? I'm very excited. All right, first question. Where am I at currently with love? Now, this can be romantic love. This can be romantic love. Let's do our road opener. This can be romantic love. This can be platonic, familial, personal, like internal love. All of them are correct. All of them are accurate. Honestly, they might even inform each other. How you show up in your romantic relationships can very much be a reflection of how you show up in your relationship with yourself. Right? Alright, so. The Hierophant. Where are you at currently with love? So this one, it's interesting because one of the questions that came up, I'll share it in a minute, but it's very much in line with this card. So I'm curious to see what card is going to come up for that. But where are you at currently with love? You're learning and unlearning. You're learning about yourself. You're learning about your desires. You are learning. Your spirituality might be advancing and shifting and changing right now, which is informing your experience with loving relationships, right? It's kind of like with Christianity. Many of us grew up in a Christian faith where you should not have sexual relations before marriage. But as you are growing and expanding your beliefs in your faith, that might be outdated for you. That might not serve you anymore, right? But with this is just really elevating. You're elevating and you're growing, and you are really just taking it to the next level with your belief in everything, but especially in your loving relationships. And that's a beautiful thing. No need to be stuck on rigid, again, outdated systems, which we'll get to that as far as the questions go. How can you open yourself up to love, the love that you desire? How can you open up yourself to the love that you desire? It's funny, all these cards want to come out. This is an eager reading. Ten of Swords. How can you open yourself up to the love that you desire? This came out in reverse. The Ten of Swords. I just heard letting it go, laying your burdens down. And since I lay my burdens down, it is letting go of, it really is like a purge. You think about when you stab something, you put a needle through something, it releases, it dispels whatever's in that substance. If it's a, yeah, sure, a rock. If it's a balloon that had water in it, it pops whatever was in that balloon, confetti, water, whatever, a piñata, you know, it'll open up. And so I just heard the word suction. It's like, let everything evaporate based off of whatever you may have been holding on from a previous relationship with somebody else or previous relationship with yourself. It's fine to change. It is okay to change, especially as we are introduced to new ways of being, right? The Hierophant. 10 also represents endings. Because it's in reverse, it's possible that you are holding on to something that ended a while ago or recently, but it's done. It could be that a relationship is completely done and it's time to let it go. It could be that the relationship as you knew it, the way that you both used to, or all, depending on, it could be monogamous, non-monogamous, whatever the format or dynamic of your relationship is. It could be that y'all, you know, some things worked for your relationship when you first got into it. You were different people and you were both growing individually and collectively. So whatever, I'm going to show it in the reverse, that's how it came up. So whatever you might still be holding on to, acknowledge that it's time to let it go. It's served its purpose and it's a good time to go ahead and release it. And also know that this will be a mental shift in how you process things. And then, especially since I see this moon here, it will likely be emotional. It'll likely be uncomfortable. It's like pressure points. It releases something in your body. You get pinched, it might make you tear up. I know when I got my nose pierced, I was like, oof. It wasn't sad. It was just, it affected a certain nerve. So that's what's being released right now. All right, third one. So yeah, we are going to go ahead and do 4 instead of 3. How do you increase your internal love? How can you increase your internal love? Or we can make it first person. How do I increase my internal love? 2 cards. The Tower. Oh my God. Okay, hold on. Sheesh. How do I increase my internal love? The Tower card and the Justice card. So, there's a lot here, okay? The Tower card is calling for you, much like the Hierophant. In order to increase your internal love, the Hierophant or the Tower card is calling for the systems as you knew it, the methods as you knew it, the structures that have been set up, the social constructs that have been established for you as you knew them are crumbling. They're falling to the ground, and you're seeing things in a new light. And you are seeing things from a balanced perspective, from a healed perspective, from a just perspective, right? From this place of greater knowledge, greater understanding, greater knowing, and not like you're really, especially in light of this Hierophant card, you're really taking what you've learned for yourself in your own experience and making it work for you. It's resonating and aligning with who you are. This isn't about taking the systems that were created for you and running with them as though they were right. They worked for somebody and somebody said, oh, this is the way. So this is the way that everybody needs to operate in love, in relationships, in romantic, platonic, familial, and internal relationships. And we are, all of that is falling by the wayside this time that we're in, this age of Aquarius. Just this whole energy that we are experiencing, it is shifting how we show up and how we experience things. And the thing about it is as you hold on to outdated systems and mindsets, you'll realize how you might not be getting as much done, as much accomplished. There's something lacking. It's not satisfying. It's because you are evolving, yet those systems are planted and they're stable. They are rigid, right? And they don't consider the generational shifts and the moves and just so many different changes that are happening. So how to increase your internal self-love is whatever storylines, whatever experiences that you've had within that tell you you need to look a certain way or feel a certain way or have a certain outlook on things. Expect that, especially if you are committed to allowing that shift, that change. Expect that things that start to come your way are going to challenge your sensibilities. They're going to challenge your faith and your belief. They're going to challenge those things that you have held on to, that you have adopted, and that you have ascribed to. If that is, my nose should probably look more like this, so I'm going to contour it to look a certain way. My hair should probably look like this because I look or feel more beautiful. There's not a judgment there. It's just a matter of who are you being when you have these thoughts, right? Are they your genuine thoughts? Are they sincere reflections of who you truly are? Or are they reflections of how somebody else says you should be? That is falling by the wayside, and this is very huge and very, something's telling me like a generational shift. Like it's not just happening with you individually. Like this is happening in the universe. It's happening in the atmosphere. This whole construct of beauty and acceptability is crumbling. Like it's being tested and challenged, and that means that beauty and industries and all these other vain, I don't mean vain in a bad way, but vain, all of these other vanity industries are going to be challenged as well. You know, I just heard the word standing on truth with this justice card. So yeah, it's a big move. It's a big change for you. And really seeing yourself as who you truly are. Being honest too, you know. Being honest when things come up. You don't have to reject them or resist them. It's like let them come up because they're revealing to you some truth about yourself and what needs to be healed. This is the fourth question, the bonus question. What previous outdated beliefs am I releasing about love/relationships? What previous outdated beliefs? That's a lot. That's a lot. I'm going to pull again now, so tell me no. Okay. This is beautiful. I like this deck. I don't use it often. This is, by the way, this is the deck by Rachel True. I love her as just a creative, true heart, intuitive tarot. And I really, God, it's perfection. It's very multicultural. It's very aesthetically beautiful. It's always on point. Anyways, and that's for you who are interested in tarot decks. If you're curious about buying another deck, this is one. All right. So what previous outdated beliefs are you releasing about love and or relationships right now? You have the Three of Discs. Okay. There's so many different ways of going it, especially since this is a general reading and not a personal one-on-one reading, right? What's coming to me is a few things. Monogamy. Some of you may or may not be interested in non-monogamous relationships. And then it's like, for those of you who are you hesitant about doing it because of fear of judgment, of being right, of being wrong, of the fact that it challenges your faith and your religion or somebody else's faith and religion, and it feels unacceptable to you? It feels socially unacceptable. But will that sensation ever go away? Your desire to want to express your loving relationships or your love, because we have so much love stored in us. And we express it in so many different ways, and we show up in so many different ways. So is there a fear of that? Man, like I kind of want a third party, but I don't know how to bring this to my partner. Sounds like, I mean, what's the consequence? Infidelity? Is it like I still have these urges and sensations and I have to satisfy them somehow, so I'm going to infidel? Is it the opposite? Maybe your partner or other partners are feeling that way, feeling trapped or feeling stuck or feeling like neither, but I'm just curious about bringing some other people in. You know, there's so many different molds. There's so many different ways of showing up, and we've been trapped. This is why the Hierophant had to come out first, y'all. This is a really good general reading. It's testing our authentic beliefs. Are we really just disgusted when we see the notion of non-monogamous relationships because that's our true, genuine, core conviction? And if it is, then bet. Live your life according to your personal convictions. Or is it just that you've shunned it because you've been told that it needed to be shunned? Well, the Bible says, well, this says, well, that says. There's so many different interpretations of things, but then there's also the living word, right? There's also the fact that we are made in God's image. There's also the fact that we are co-creators. This don't shock God, source, divine, love, spirit, whatever you relate to the, higher power as. This doesn't shock them. Throw them. I mean, like, we're such a faux purist society. I say faux because it's like, oh, there's lots of debauchery that takes place, true debauchery. And then there's also like zooming out and being like, okay, I've never considered a loving relationship that could look like this. And I didn't want to because I knew it was bad or wrong, or just like tarot and zodiac and astrology, all of these other things that we were taught are bad, demonic, and wrong. I'm not going to get too deep in that conversation because that's a full conversation, right? So in this similar sense, this outdated thing that you might be releasing is your sense of what relationships should look like. Another thing that came to me, because again, this is general. It could be that you're having certain people involved in if this is a romantic relationship, this could be having certain people in your relationship, right? Some people believe like you should let your single friends go, or you should maybe not let them go, but you shouldn't be hanging out with your single friends because they might be a bad influence on you. Or some people might feel like, no, this is my best friend, I've grown up with them, like they're gonna be a part of my life, they're a staple, they're forever, you know what I mean? Or that this could be, and it came in the upright, so I don't know that this is a true issue, but it could be for somebody. If there's somebody who just interjects, if it's a mother-in-law or a father-in-law or somebody, a sibling, a cousin, or just somebody who might like try to infiltrate the family or your relationship dynamic, that it just really throws it off or disrupts it. That could be your notion of quote-unquote loyalty to that person. Might be a notion or concept that you're releasing, especially if it is for the sake of having a healthy or balanced relationship dynamic. Again, this isn't about right or wrong. This is about what convictions do you have about your personal relationships. This could also be sibling and or friendship dynamics. What outdated concepts are you still holding on to? Is it the way that you should friendship? I know for me, the way that I tend to feel bad sometimes, like, am I even a good friend? Because I'm not the type of person who's like, oh, I'm gonna call her. Like, I don't stay on the phone with people. I don't even care to be on the phone that often. But what I do is, when spirit brings somebody to mind, I reach out to them. I used to not, but I stopped not reaching out because people be dying every dang on day. And I'm like, dang, I was just thinking about such and such. And then something happens. So I've stopped ignoring that. But just, I'm releasing this idea of how I'm supposed to be as far as being my godmother. It's like, am I a bad godmother because I don't X, Y, and Z? It's like, no. You are the perfect godmother for your goddaughter. You were chosen to be godmother for a reason. And it's because of who you are and how you show up. So when it's time for you to be who you are and to show up, just be that. And just be present in that. As far as adoption, if you are thinking about bringing a child into the family, but you were taught like no, like you don't, even same gender relationships, if you were taught like no, this is how this is how love, this is how family should be built, you are releasing that outdated. Or if you are the family member who keeps projecting that onto other families or other couples, like this is how love works, this is how family works, this is how babies should be born. If you're anti-surrogate or just whatever, just like you feel has a hold on you, or if you didn't feel like it did before this reading, but you kind of like it comes to mind now, then that is something that is being encouraged to release at this time. This is a full-fledged reading, y'all. It's rich. It is a rich reading, and I really could just go on and on and on. I'm going to stop here, though. I'm going to pull one more card. I'm saying eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Nope, it ain't that one. I'm going to do a couple more. I don't know if it's this one either. All right, how about this? We're going to do a couple things. Think of a question you have in regards to your loving relationships. Choose a question. If it's moving forward with your current partner, are they going to propose? Should I move in with my cousin? Are me and my best friend going to heal our relationship? Whatever the question might be. Think on that. I'm going to pull a card to see if it helps provide some support or some clarity for you. Okay. Just had a flash of New Orleans. I don't know if that was for me or for somebody who's watching this. Very interesting. The first card that popped up was goodbye. I don't know who that was for, but the first card that popped up, it didn't fall out, but it went, I'll flip back over and say goodbye. So, new lifestyle, texting you. New lifestyle, all right, texting you. So, for some of you who may have been living, I just heard it, maybe a double life, whatever that means, living with two different partners or just whatever it is, you might either be coming out and being clear on what that is and what you're, and again, going back to the non-monogamous, you might be speaking up like, okay, this is really where I'm at now, and checking in with your partner to see what they feel about it. New lifestyle, this could represent, yes, moving in with a loved one, whether it's a cousin, whether it's a colleague, whether it's your partner, and then texting you. So if you asked, like, when am I going to hear from them, or in what form, are they going to call, are they going to this, it might be through text message. And then it could also be like, I wonder how they feel about me. If you have a crush on somebody, it's like, okay, they'll be reaching out to you. It could be via text, it could be email, which, no judgment. I don't know that I need my crush emailing me unless we know each other on the business tip, and then they're like trying to reach out for my contact information. But no, sir, I need you to DM me, I need you to text me, video chat, I don't know. But anyways, I'm just saying the texting you could be just symbolism, like they're gonna reach out. If it's a friend that you're like, y'all been going at it or whatever, or you've been praying for them because of an illness or whatever, they might be reaching out to you soon. So let's do one more. We have a little time. We got time for some more. I'm really pleased with this reading, y'all. Really, really pleased. This is got to be one of my favorite general readings that I've done thus far. All right, let's see what the overall takeaway for your
loving month of February is, especially this week of February 10th through the 16th. Wow, that was quick. Obstacles or detours in the right direction. I am a spirit having a human experience, and I am here to get closer to love. I am a spirit having a human experience, and I'm here to get closer to love. That is a beautiful message. Let that be. Let that be your guide. Let that be what leads you in this month of love. Let that be what guides and directs you, is the intention of being in love. You can get that from anywhere. Being in love with sunflower seeds, being in love with candles, being in love with yourself, being in love with your smile, your booty. Let me tell you something. I'm so grateful that mine grew back. Being in love with your shoulders and your audacity, your hairline, being in love with your partner's new haircut, being in love with your baby, being in love with, your family, whatever it is. Love really does rule, and love really does heal. So, it's just everything. I think if we center as I have my rose quartz here, as we anchor into our truth, love is the guiding force for everything. For everything. Should I eat this Snickers or this granola bar? It's like, okay, well, where are you at with all of this? Is it coming from a place of like deprivation and feeling a void? Is it coming from a place of inspiration? Like, nigga, I just want a Snickers. Let everything come from love. And especially starting at self-love. So I love you guys so very much. Everybody who is interacting with this reading. Yes, I am talking to you. I love you. I send you hearts. I send you hugs. I send you kisses. Big, big, big hugs. I pray that you feel them. I pray that you know that you are invaluable, that you are so important and essential to the way that this earth moves. This flow doesn't work without you. So know that you're not forgotten. Know that you are loved and that you are appreciated, okay? Take care of yourselves and stay dope. Bye. Oh, one more thing. If you want a one-on-one reading with me, I am offering $14 off for love readings. My 3-card, 6-card, 9-card, or 12-card spreads. Go to mellowneptunewaters.com/services to look at some of the options. And then you can email me, mellowneptunewaters@gmail.com. Follow me on social media, and you can DM me there at mellowneptunewaters. If you feel like giving a love offering, you can cash at me $Marsha Mellow 88 or Venmo @Marsha Mellow 88. All right, like, share, comment if this resonated with you, if you need it for somebody else, if you need to use this as a breakthrough entryway to have a conversation about something that came up in this reading, feel free to do so. All right, take care of yourselves. Once again, utilize that $14 off reading discount. And if you're like, okay, enough about the love and you want a career reading or something else, just about what's happening moving forward or for what's showing up for the whole year of 2022, we can do a year ahead reading. So just reach out. You have options. Bye, y'all. Love you.